Welcome to FOMO Consulting for your daily AMC stock analysis video on Tuesday, June 1st. Ladies and gentlemen, the squeeze is on. We had a fantastic day after hours. You could not write a better script. And as always, the apes are winning, the diamond hands are winning, most importantly, the retail investor is winning. So if you find this video informative and entertaining, please like, share, comment, and certainly subscribe. It's a newer channel and I'd appreciate the support. Let's get into the video. So as always, I'd like to thank everyone who has liked, shared, commented, and subscribed. It means the absolute world to me. Thank you. So let's start with a quote. If stock market experts were so expert, they would be buying stock and not selling advice. Norman Ralph Augustine. No doubt there's a lot of smart money out there, right? Just ask Mudrick. I digress. So let's look at the broader market overall. Mixed. Dow Jones was up 45, NASDAQ down 12, S&P down 2. Mixed. Tech was somewhat mixed. Overall, not a terrible day. Certainly AMC, GME, BlackBerry, and others certainly outperformed the broader market today by far. So let's look at crypto. Crypto had an overall down day, not terrible, but the major players, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, what have you, are all down today slightly. No doubt they're having to pay the bill for AMC, right? Well, you can't make this up. We closed at $32.04, up $5.94, 22.76%. After hours, we are rocketing as well. We are up at the time of this recording, $4.76. We'll likely close around 38, 39, possibly even 40 as it would appear, who knows. But it's certainly setting us up for a beautiful Wednesday in the market. So red indicator certainly shows where we believe Mudrick sold off. Crossed 70 on the RSI, likely triggered their sell-off, and as you can see, an additional sell-off, and then it bled off, but they did not sell everything at one time. I believe the majority sold off in that big red candle that we all saw, but overall, that is gone, right? That's done. We certainly used it as a catalyst this morning, and they certainly used it to their advantage. Overall, broader market, we certainly outperformed this by far, without a doubt. We were the most active stock on the market today, by far, and we are the most popular on Webull, by far. So here is a snapshot of after hours. We are rocketing. That is absolutely beautiful. We are hugging that RSI level around 70. We're bouncing around it. But we are certainly set up tomorrow to really move forward yet again. So let's look at the 1 hour chart where we started in early May at a low of $8.93 around the 6th. My, oh my, how far we've come in the last couple of weeks, right? I don't believe anyone would have probably thought this would have occurred quite the way it has, but I could not be more pleased, and I'm sure you can't either. Just look at that. I mean, you couldn't draw a prettier chart, right? So as I showed you over a couple times over the weekend, 6 of the last 8 Mondays, we'll use today as a Monday, right? Were green. 3 of 6 were 13% or better, and you can add now one more to that, right? 22.76 today. Incredible. German market. I was a little concerned about the German market earlier. I think they were down around $2 or so, probably a lot of paper hands selling off, what have you. But they rebounded very nicely, had a great day in the German market, and no doubt that was a catalyst for us as well. So when in doubt, right? Certainly on the longer term, we've used that $20.36 level for the baby squeeze in late January as kind of the gold standard, at least a glass ceiling to break. And my, oh my, how have we broke it, right? Just look at where we stand versus what we thought was a squeeze back in late January. Alligator's mouth is wide open, and he is very hungry, and he is eating hedgies. MACD is certainly bullish RSI is in the overbought area, but I believe we still have, quite frankly, still some room to run, without a doubt. So let's look at the weekly chart. Again, my oh my, how far we've come from $1.91 up to $36.72 last week. We have eclipsed that mark after hours. I believe 40 is easily in play tomorrow, if not mid 40s. So BlackBerry is having a nice little run over the last couple of days. It is waking up, no doubt, tied to GME, GameStop, what have you, as it is AMC. It woke up in late January and it is waking up again. And as you can see, alligator's mouth is wide open. I believe it has a ton of room still to run. And GME again had a very good day as well. Not certainly as good as AMC, but it's still a beautiful day nonetheless, up $27, 12.17%. We need both of these, specifically GME, to perform very well, and I believe we all run together, right? So as I briefly mentioned, and I won't hang on this too much, but obviously there was breaking news earlier this morning that AMC had sold 8.5 million shares to Mudrick Capital. They promptly, for $230 million, which was a great catalyst to help with acquisitions, leases, and various other business-related items. That was certainly positive on the street. And then Mudrick's promptly sold off those 8.5 million shares around midday today. As most of you saw, the big red candle that went down, and they probably trickled out. It took us a few hours to recover from that. We consolidated, but that is probably the most impressive part of today for me, is that consolidation for several hours around the $31 to $32 range. More importantly, around $31.20 to $31.50. That was probably, to me, the most bullish thing I saw today, is we found that floor even after that heavy sell attack. They certainly did that on purpose, not only for financial purposes, but also to prove a point, to scare people out of their shares. Obviously, tomorrow is the shareholder recount. So there was a lot of different tactics they play there. And again, keep in mind, Citadel does have a hand in Mudrick. So again, we are making headlines all over the place. Again, Matt was on Fox Business News. If you haven't seen his fantastic interview, he did very, very well regarding the apes as well as everyone else. Quiet Place 2 is killing it. 79 million worldwide, 57 million domestically over the holiday weekend. Cruella is doing very, very well, but again, the movie theaters are not dead. So let's look at short interest. I'll spare you all the details. Red arrow at the top, they have not covered. They did not cover tonight. There may be some control covering. We still have 46 short owners, 492 million in volume at the time of this recording, 70,000 short shares available. Nothing has really changed. That is the overall thing. I've shown this a couple times. It hasn't changed really since over the weekend because it updates about 24 hours or at least overnight. So I'll have a fresh look at it in the morning. But they are indecisive, and they are certainly not covering yet based on the Ortex shares on loan data and the short interest and other factors. So again, bigger look, they haven't covered. They can't. I don't believe there's enough shares for them to cover because we are buying and holding. So let me give you a bit of a thesis. Obviously, everyone is anticipating a GameStop type short squeeze, and I am as well. But as every day goes by and we rock it up and they do not cover, I am beginning to think more and more we may be in for a more Tesla type squeeze. I know it's not the sensationalistic version. I believe it'll be certainly shorter term, but it certainly appears that they have a plan, and the fact that they haven't covered yet, even as we approach $40, makes me believe this more and more hour by hour. So you can see the key data side by side between Tesla and AMC. The one big difference is obviously the public float. Tesla has 775 million. AMC has, let's just call it rounding, 450 million after you take out the 43 million and everything else. So let's just call it around 450. So there are about twice as many public float shares available. But the ownership, especially in the other category, which is really retail, is relatively similar. So I'm becoming increasingly at least mindful of the fact that we may be in line for a Tesla type squeeze. And as you can see, we're at the low point on this chart on the daily, they were at, or Tesla was at $42.20. And then it began its run up all the way to $200 to the top of that red illustration line. Then it sold off down to around $90. During that period, it was being heavily shorted, and the shorts never covered that entire run. MACD was certainly bullish. You can see the alligator's mouth was wide open, but you can also see where it peaked, it popped a couple times, and then it kind of sold off and bled. So let's look at what this area looks like. So as you can see, leading up to that $200 level, they had not covered. You can see that on the indicator lines. They did not cover until it got to around, or start even to cover, until it got to around $350, $400 per share range. That's when they really cut out as the stock ran up. And as you can see, it ran up very, very quickly up to the $800, $900 level. I believe as this goes on each and every day, if we do not see the GameStop type, mother of all squeezes, we may very well, on a much shorter timeline, be having this type of long squeeze. And again, I'm just bringing this to your attention because I know everyone wants the big pop, but the fact that they have not covered yet, even as we approach $40, makes me believe this is a possibility more and more hour by hour. So again, short interest for Tesla has been historically high. It certainly had its challenges over the last month or so, as well as everything else in the tech sector. But I believe it'll fully rebound. But you can certainly see the short interest is quite low compared to AMC. So let's look at the options chain today. I had to put this on two charts because obviously it's been extended all the way out to the low 70s. So you can see just the massive amount of open interest on the call side, not so much obviously on the put side. You can do the math. We'll add this up as the week goes on, but I believe firmly as the week goes on, you can see at that $40 strike, there's 21,000 contracts from an open interest standpoint, and then the rest of this is filling in nicely as the week goes on. Again, a lot of these post $40 strikes are all brand new, so it'll take a couple days for this to fill in, but I believe we could very well start this process with a gamma squeeze this week. Again, it's a shorter trading week. Be mindful. Tomorrow is already Wednesday. If we, during intraday trading, if we exceed $40 and hang above it, no doubt you will see market makers start buying those shares, and that will only help our cause even further. So call to put ratio is very healthy at 1.86 to 1, certainly bullish, but the enormity of net premiums today paid at 3.9 million just in premiums alone just tells you everything you need to know about the options and how much big money is coming into this. And you're going to certainly see that there are huge dollars, and people at $73 calls. You got 5,000 contracts, several of them 5,000 at 60, $59 call, 5,000. I mean, it's just over and over and over. Exceptionally large amounts of money, for deep in the money, even expiring this week and next. So always fun to look at. This is certainly updated, and as you can see, 100% probability above 32.04, and now it is showing an $474 peak. Again, always fun to look at. I don't put a whole lot of interest in this, but it is fun to look at from time to time. Let's end with a quote. The moon is always full. It's just our view that is partial. We've always had a full view of AMC, albeit there are times throughout this process with all the FUD, the hit pieces, the manipulation of the stock price, the short attacks, you name it, it wanes your view of the moon, of its fullness. No doubt right now we are seeing the moon in its fullest, brightest, and certainly most impressive light that we've ever seen. So I am so happy for each and every one of you that are listening. Congratulations. This is only the beginning. So I want to thank you for watching. If you found this video informative and entertaining, please like, share, comment, and certainly subscribe. It's a newer channel. I would certainly appreciate the support. But as always, I hope your life is full of green candles just like today. Have a great night, everyone.